like, hold it, what the hell is that shit?
Have a cocktail.
No, I don't care for any.
I said have a cocktail.
I guess he wants us to have a cocktail.
Waiter, will you serve the nuts? I mean, will you serve the guests the nuts?
Wow! I feel good.
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
Boo! What is up, people of Earth? Greetings to you all. What is up? Sorry about the little delay, but you know what happens. Always on the third floor. Nothing goes as planned. What else is new, right? Good. Just make sure the monitors are ready. Get that going a little bit there. On pause that. Live chat up. Let me like my own stuff. While I'm liking my own stuff, I see the eye is filling up already. Hit the like, hit the follow, hit the sub if you are not already. Because I could see that there's a handful of you that have never been here before. Hit the like, hit the follow, hit the sub. Guys, what I got planned for you tonight, wow, we're going to see if we can make the magic work here on the third floor. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to roll back the clock in the NFL way back. We're gonna go in a time machine and we're gonna take a trip back. But we have a certain destination, but we have a certain destination with a certain team. Because that's the theme. Tonight it is a dedicated show to none other. On cue, look at the live chat. First one in, Johnny Basement. Boom, boom. Don't mean to. I'm not stealing your trademark. It's just a habit. Every time I say it, I have to do the boom, boom. Johnny, welcome in. John the Beagle Dad. Angus, how are you guys doing? You're waiting for 3D TV. That's right. I'm glad you've seen that. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. There was a delay trying to get the production together. I had a little fight with AI trying to get one of the tiles that I'm going to show you during the opening and the presentation of where are we going with the Jets Classic. Well, there's quite a few. I mean, we got Johnny in here. Johnny, please throughout. This is dedicated to you. Please fill in the blanks for anybody. Your memories and everything. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to bring one of the, classic Jet games back to life, radio style, because I can't share the video here on CommieTube. But I'm going to do the best. I think I found a good one. It's way, way, way back. So we're going to go on the way back machine. But first, before we go into the way, way, way back machine, let's see what we got going on. We got Johnny with Victor, first one in. Angus, waiting for 3-3. Captain Video. Johnny, how you doing? Angus, Beagle Dad, hello. How are you doing? All right. As everybody's filtering in, I can see the eye is growing. So we got some newcomers out there. Please hit the like, hit the follow. This is MEF, Monday Evening Football, vintage play-by-play, where we roll the clock back and go down, and we revisit a couple. We only did two of them, so I don't know why I'm making it sound like we've been here for a year. But the first game was the 1980 AFC Championship game, San Diego Chargers and the then Oakland Raiders. And we also did the 1990, 93 classic Giants Cowboy game, winner take all for the NFC East. And of course, that turned out to be the great, incredible, historic Emmitt Smith broken shoulder, dislocated shoulder, bruised shoulder, whatever the fuck. One-armed Emmitt ran over the Giants. But tonight, man, I was thinking, wow, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go with this, man? And I was just like, man, they played the first Monday Night Football game against Cleveland and this and that. All the epic games against the Dolphins on Monday night, little alone, Sunday regular season games. epic battles with the Jets. I mean, with the Jets, with the Raiders. There were some classics. There was one that was close that almost made it, but I said, nah. If we're gonna roll it back, let's roll it back, guys. This is where we're heading. We're heading to Miami for Super Bowl number 3, the New York Jets versus the Baltimore Colts. The date was January 12th, 1969. The site, the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. The attendance that day was 75,389. Now, the storylines going in for this game are just all historic. We know most of them and everything. One thing that people overlook about this game was the night before. Around 5 p.m., the Orange Bowl decided they better cover the field. And it's a good thing they did, because they had torrential downpours the night before this game and early into the morning. However, the field being covered, it was pretty good condition. A little wet, but we'll get to that. And they still had a 20% chance of rain during this game. So, how did we get here? How did they get to Super Bowl III? Super Bowl III is so historic on so many, many, many levels. You can pick and choose anything. Nobody would argue about it. If you were trying to put something on top as the number one story going into this, the AFL, the NFL, you guys are no good. You guys are like this, you're the minor leagues. And then, a lot around this. Even Vegas didn't even take it seriously, as the Colts almost a two touchdown favorite going into this game. But every story has a beginning. So where did it start? Well, first of all, if you're going to start, you start at the top. And this is where they were in 1968. The Jets finished 11-3 that year, first in the AFL East. And of course, this is just a who's who. These names that are I'm just gonna fly through these names. We know these names. We know what they are. I could be here forever just trying to give these guys accolades. So I'm apologizing ahead of time. I'm really not gonna waste a whole bunch of time on the build-up of these players and everything. We're gonna throw it at you and get right into this freaking game. And if you want to watch along with me, you can go on YouTube, just type in Super Bowls. The first one that'll come up, it'll be like a video, 58 videos, and it starts at 1. Go to 3. It's an NFL product. Hit it, pause it, and wait to get started. Kirk Gowdy's on the call, but we'll get to that. So again, going back to these names here. So again, with the Jets, the head coach, Weeb Ewbank. The Jets scored 419 points. Man, they almost did a 420. That's close enough. That's a 420 moment, man. That's a Mel Blount 420 moment in the opening. Unbelievable. But anyway, the Jets averaged 29.9 points per game. Points against, 280. So a pretty decent defense for the Jets that year. And they were giving up 20 points per game. On the other side, the Colts, in a much tougher, what they called the much, much tougher and more teams, the NFL, Colts winning that 13-1 that year, and they were first. Now, guys, as I'm putting these slides up, pay attention to what's going on here in the NFL in 1968. Points for the Colts that year, 402. Both teams scoring over 400. 28.7 per game. So just we'll call it a point difference for the defense. So not too bad. I mean, for the offense, it's not too bad. But the points against, look at the Colts defense here, 144, and they only were giving up 10.3 points per game. So pretty solid defense, pretty decent offenses. We'll look at that next. But and again, they only lost to the Browns that week. Week 6, they lost to the Browns. I believe it was 30-20. Take a look at this Jets offense coming into this game. Joe Namath, 3,147 yards on the year. Your rushers, Matt Schnell, 747 rushing yards. Pretty ironic, 747 would be a Jets leading rusher's yardage. You can't write this shit. 747 rushing in 1968 for Matt Schnell. Emerson Boozer, Hammy the Bottle Boozer, 441 yards rushing that year. Receiving, Don Maynard, 1,297 receiving yards. And George Shayer, we'll call it, I don't know, whatever, 1,141 yards. As you could see, Namath liked those two guys pretty good as they took over well over 50% of his total yards that year. Looking at the Colts offense, wow, Earl Merle. Hey, where's Johnny U? Johnny U was banged up. Earl Merle was the go-to guy. That's who they went with. He led the league in touchdown passes with 26, 2,909 yards in the air. On the ground, they had Tom Matty, 662 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns. Jerry Hill, 360 yards, backing up Matty to give him a breather. Look at those numbers, guys, rushing compared to the passing. And this is supposed to be a rushing league right here. Receiving, Jimmy Orr, 866 receiving yards. And John Mackey, tight end, 644 yards. Now, the key thing on here with Mackey, and if you do watch along with me, when they point him out and you see him, he is kind of the beginning of that first or second rung of the big tight end, a little bit agile, pretty good athlete, and gave you a little bit more to the position than what was commonly used for. But Tom Mackey is kind of one of those guys who starts to pave the way, because in the 70s and 80s, you weren't winning ball games unless you had a tight end, and he had to be an all-around beast. And we all know, we could sit here and name tight ends. Benning Cunningham off of the top of my head for the Steelers is one I can think of. And, you got your Ozzie Newsomes and stuff. But this is the guy who kind of started to say, hey, and then you had Ditka. So you understand what I'm saying there. So watch Mackey in this game. In 1968, the AFL standings, the final. As you can see, it was pretty darn simple in the AFL. AFL East, AFL West. Have fun, guys. Look at these. Look at the names. Look at where they are. And this is it, guys. These are the original, I guess you can call them the original Outlaws. The Jets 11-3, Miami Dolphins 5-8-1, the Bills 4-10, the Boston Patriots 4-10, Cincinnati Bengals 3-11. Vic, there's some AFL teams missing there. AFC teams missing. Hold on, it gets crazier. AFL West, the Oakland Raiders 12-2, Chiefs 12-2. Don't forget, the Chiefs this is a whole different Chief. This is a dynasty Chiefs, man. This is Hank Stram and Len Dawson and company, man. That's a powerful Kansas City Chief there. This is not your Patrick Mahomes bullshit. San Diego Chargers are over there, 9-5. See, the San Diego Chargers pretty stout even in the beginning of time. And the Houston Oilers 7-7, and your Denver Broncos come in at 5-9. Now here's where it gets crazy, guys. Check this shit out. First of all, look at these names. 68 NFL standings, the Eastern Conference Capital Division. The Capital Division. Cowboys 12-2, Giants 7-7, Redskins 5-9, Eagles 2-12. Eastern Conference, the Century Division. The Cleveland Browns 10-4, St. Louis Cardinals 9-4-1, New Orleans Saints 4-9-1, Pittsburgh Steelers 2-11-1. Look at this alignment. It was so big I had to break it up into two. Here's your Western Conference Coastal. Western Conference Coastal. So if you break that down like what it sounds like, that means West Coast. The Baltimore Colts couldn't be more further from the West Coast than any team here. Or probably the Atlanta Falcons have come in close, but I think they're more inland than Baltimore. Baltimore is right on the water. So the Colts came in at 13-1. The Rams 10-3-1. Niners 7-6-1. A lot of ties, right? Atlanta Falcons 2-12. Western Conference Central. The Minnesota Vikings. This would later become the Black and Blue division, of course, the only team to be later to add to this division coming up in something like 8 seasons, 9 seasons will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers joining this group right here. Minnesota Vikings 8-6, Chicago Bears 7-7, Green Bay Packers 6-7-1, Detroit Lions 4-8-2. So they really liked the tie back then. So, like I said, there was 1,000 stories going into this game. 1,000 stories. Here's your NFL and AFL rushing leaders at you. Look at these names, guys. I mean, really, look at these names. The NFL leading rusher that year should have been the other way around, but Leroy Kelly of the Browns, 1,239 yards, and Gale Sayers of the Bears, 1,032 yards. In the AFL, Jim Nance, I don't know if it's his father, his grandfather, his mother, or no relation, but either way, Jim Nance rushed for the Patriots, the Boston Patriots, 1,458 yards. And Holly Granger of the Oilers, 1,110 yards rushing. Take a look at the passers, leading passers that year. Of course, you had Darryl LaMonica of the Raiders, 3,228, and Joe Willie. Joe Willie coming in at 3,147. And over here in the NFL, look at this list here. As you can see, Sonny Jurgensen of the Redskins, 3,102 yards. Greg Morton of the Cowboys, later to go on to the Denver Broncos and play against the Cowboys in a Super Bowl, 2,759 yards. Johnny Unitas of the Colts. Anytime you could put Johnny Unitas' name on anything, you put Johnny Unitas' name right there. So even with him being not the starter and being banged up, he still wound up a beat-up, banged-up guy with 2,463 yards in the air. So who do all these balls go to? The AFL receiving leaders. Lance Bambi Allworth. You just have to know it, guys. If you don't know who Lance Allworth is, I feel bad for you. 1,312 yards that year. Don Maynard of the Jets, 1,297, as I said, and George Sawyer of the Jets, also 1,141 yards. So there's your tie. That was how they finished it. So back-to-back Jets finishing that year. In the NFL, you had Bobby Mitchell of the Redskins, 1,141 yards, Sonny Jurgensen's favorite, and Homer Jones of the Giants, 1,081 yards. And that's how you got there. But when we talked about the Super Bowl, because there were so many stories going in, the weather and the gambling, the sides, nothing was better than what happened on Saturday morning, I believe it was, when good old Broadway Joe guarantees victory in Super Bowl III. He didn't say they were going to win. He guaranteed they were going to win this game. And there you could see it. And this is the one I was fighting with AI. I said, just make it as close to frickin' Joe Namath as you frickin' can. I need the sideburns. The sideburns are key. And that's the best I could do. But, yeah. So there you go. Miami, Florida, Saturday, January 11th, 1969. Broadway Joe guarantees victory in Super Bowl III. Well, it's no secret, guys. We all know the outcome of this game. But how did the outcome become the outcome? Stay tuned, and we're going to get it going right after this sports moment.
I'm tired of marching. Tired of marching for something that should have been mine at birth. I don't mind saying to you tonight. I don't mind saying to you tonight that I'm tired of the tension surrounding our day. I don't mind saying to you tonight that I'm tired of living every day under the threat of death. I have no martyr complex. I want to live as long as anybody in this building tonight. And sometimes I begin to doubt whether I'm going to make it through. I must confess I'm tired. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life, longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
The kid wakes up so anxious on Sunday morning, runs only to find out that the TV ain't working, so he has to use the radio that day to listen to Super Bowl III. Your top 5 movies grossing in 1968 were Funny Girl, 2001 Space Odyssey, going on to win the Academy Awards that year, The Odd Couple, with a classic, unbelievable comedy, Bullet, starring the coolest man to ever live, Steve McQueen, and the musical Oliver. What were people listening to? Hey, the top Billboard 100 of the year, Hey Jude by the Beatles. Everybody was singing Love is Blue by Paul Morlot or whatever. Honey, Bobby Goldsboro, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, and People Gotta Be Free by the Rascals. The top 5 TV shows, according to the Nielsen ratings in 1967 through 68 season, The Andy Griffin Show takes Lucy Show out of number 1 place. Lucy coming in second, Gomer Pyle, USMC. And tied for 4th, Family Affair and Bonanza. People couldn't make up their minds between questionable people with children in an apartment or a whole bunch of guys living in a cabin. But that's what they were listening to. Your top stories, 1968. A lot of all this starting with the Vietnam War's 10th offense, which started in January prior to Super Bowl. Later to become Martin Luther King's assassination on April 4th, 1968. We just heard from him as we celebrate his birthday, one of my favorite human beings. And then only later on June 5th, 6th, 1968, the assassination of RFK. The USA, still hanging tough, puts a Apollo 8, and it orbits the moon. All this happened in January. All this happened in 1968. So let's go. Let's take a walk. And let's go relive Super Bowl III. Bam! Hope you guys enjoyed the opening. Tongue twister, what it really is. All right, boom. Well, I'm on YouTube. Like I said, if you did or are going to, that's where I'll let you know exactly where I'm at. As I get it queued up here. And I am actually paused at 2 seconds. So give everybody a second there. We had a 420 moment, so I'm going to take a 420 moment, take a deep breath. I put a whole lot into this, and I hope I could pull this off and just try to bring you guys Super Bowl III, visualize it as it was on that radio that day. You see all the kids' room. So anyway, I will try to catch up with the chat here. Johnny, I got that. Sauer. Okay. George Sauer. Okay. Thank you. Johnny saying great opening, MLK being the most important part of it. Yeah, Johnny, I always pay attention. It just, ironically, everything just happened to fall to today. And I was like, wow, okay, yeah, I know exactly what to do. But staying in tradition with play-by-play for NFL, we will. have a 2-minute warning. We will pause at the 2-minute warning of the first half. I got a 2-minute. We got an Angus clip tuned up. Halftime show is brief, so we can come back, keep it rolling, maybe talk a little in the chat, and then we'll roll into the second half. It is probably, you have to say, one of the most important historical days in the game we love today. Jets Colts. What do you say? Boom, let's go. Hit the like, hit the follow, hit the sub. The eye is full. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. I am rolling. It is man, that is like some real ancient porn music right there, guys. And Kirk Gowdy's voice comes over top. Hey, I wish I could do a Kirk Gowdy. Yeah, he's got her by the thighs. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's some funky opening music there. I don't know how to describe it other than weird porn. And like I said, we were in the Orange Bowl, Miami, Florida. Beautiful view of Miami, a little overcast, 20% chance of showers. Wind around 15. As they scan the field, big giant Super Bowl trophy sitting at the 50-yard line. Big giant cake, which, if I didn't know better, somebody would jump out of at a bachelor party. She'd have to be a big bitch because it goes from the 10 to about the 18-yard line. Kirk Gowdy wearing a very, very loud green jacket with a yellow shirt, black tie. Got himself a little red handkerchief tucked into his upper pocket there above his. Look at that old NBC logo, the old N going into the B with the C. And he's rocking hair, man. He's not all gray yet. And you know, Kirk Gowdy, one of the greatest voices in sports, really. We all remember him from Wide World of Sports, right? ABC's Wide World of Sports. We remember from them when he left NBC, obviously. Victor, I so appreciate this. I'll hang as long as I can, brother. You know I can never stay up late. Yeah, I got you, Johnny. I appreciate you being here, though. Yankee Kyle, I went to school named after MLK. There you go. Did you have freaking X-ray machines and metal detectors and gun-sniffing dogs? Any school named after MLK, any street named after MLK, you want to be armed, and you don't want to be on after midnight. What is the Eddie Murphy joke? Hey, man, I need your help. Where you at? I'm on an MLK. Hello? Hello? Angus, Baltimore West, laughing my ass off. Somebody, yeah, man, the standings and the way the alignment, I don't think they gave a shit, man. I think they just basically threw one team that they knew was going to be real good in every division and just scattered the rest like salt and pepper. I mean, look at the alignment. They are talking about the Orange Bowl 1965, named MVP of that Orange Bowl, even though Alabama did lose that game. Joe Willie was so strong, he's still on the losing end, the MVP. They're showing the palm trees. Palm trees got some, there's some wind, man. It's moving. It looks a little bit more than 15 miles an hour. We'll see what happens. Just cleared the field of all the marching bands. And this is, they just announced that Miami had the largest rental car day in the history of Miami. People flying in, everybody needed a rental car. So a record-setting day for rental cars. I mean, see how important this is? See how big this game? People coming from everywhere that you can't even get a rental car in Miami. Shit, I missed his name. He's a dapping debonair. He's wearing a loud green jacket. I guess the loud green jacket. They're introducing players in the background. So we got a minute before game time. Unless they skip right to it. I'm not sure who this announcer is. I missed his name. Sorry, guys. If anybody knows it, throw it in the chat, man. What's up, Yankee Kyle? Yeah, I got you before. You went to MLK, man. I said, did you have an X-ray machine and a gun-sniffing dog and all that happy horse shit? MLK is not good. Are we on NFL Network YouTube, Victor? Yeah, something like that. Angus, never went to school. Police state. Joe Namath was the first big college player to ignore the NFL and enter the AFL draft. Correct, Johnny. And please, fill in the blanks, bro, because I'm trying to put every brain cell of memory I have of football into this play-by-play for you, man. And I'm going to miss stuff. I might, forget something but I'm really going to focus on the game and see what I can do with it. Thank you, Yankee Kyle. Always sharing. Thank you, brother. Victor 65 toss power trap. There you go, Yankee Kyle. Yankee Kyle in the huddle. Denver got killed that Super Bowl. Yeah, they did with Greg Martin. Historical MLK was a true leader, fearless for the greater good. Absolutely. And like I said, I don't know who this guy is. Absolutely one of my favorite human beings ever to walk this planet. The green jacket is the jacket of the day. And wow, are they loud green jackets. I don't know who this guy is. He looks familiar, but I was looking at the chat and not at the name when they put it up. They're introducing Baltimore, so we're really close to kickoff. But this guy's rocking some he looks like somebody like right now. There's Don Shula. My God, you can't even recognize this dude. Look at him rocking the sideburns, man. Look at the hair on Don. Look at that handsome son of a bitch. Look at that handsome son of a bitch. Got his hair all slicked back, Jack. Got his blue jacket on. Got his tie and his shirt. He's all rocking and rolling. Here comes the coin toss. Your referee, Tom Bell. The umpire, Walt Parker. Head linesman, George Murphy. Line judge, Cal Lepore. Field judge, Joe Gonzalez. Back judge, Jack Reeder. That's NFL, AFL, NFL, AFL, NFL, AFL. My head's going to explode. All right, they are at midfield, standing on the giant trophy, shaking hands. It's Joe Willie out there. And 24, is that Boozer, I believe? Or is that, I think that's Boozer. Lenny Wiles out there with Johnny U. And I didn't see the other guy. So, guys, on your screen, the Jets, they'll be moving from your right to left. The Baltimore Colts, they are in their blue jerseys, white pants, white helmet with your horseshoe on it. Jets, all in white, shaded with green stripe. And they are on their old Jet logo helmets. One of the few teams that carried the word of their team on the helmet themselves. A couple teams did that. The Raiders did that. Other teams used the letter Miami Dolphins with the original Dolphin, if you look closely, on the helmet is an M. Christie takes it out. He's out to 10, 15, gets to the 20 and falls at the 22. Jerry Logan on the tackle for the Colts. Preston Pearson also on special teams for the Colts. Namath, Boozer, Schnell, Maynard. Don Maynard, known as a flanker back then. Again, guys, terminology, there's a whole bunch of different right here. Now, there's a shift by the Jets. Is that even legal this year? The whole, left side, except for one guy, went to the right side to hand off. There's Schnell. Ordell Brazy on the tackle. So what they're saying and calling out here, the Baltimore defense likes to shift a lot. Split end, George Sauer. I wanted to run down the rest. I missed it. Namath under center. Handoff Schnell, and he busts open. Big run there. There's a first down for the Jets. Jets moving the ball a little bit on the ground here. First one to the right side. This one to the left side. A little bit more success going to the left side. Winston Hill with a big block right there. There you go. Namath 49.2% on the year completion rate. Under center, Schnell and Boozer in the backfield. Play action, if you can call it that. Boozer gets it. He's hitting the backfield, and it's going to take about 4 or 5 guys to bring him down for the loss. So Boozer's first attempt goes nowhere. Goes backwards. Billy Ray Smith. .12:55 clock moving here, first quarter. Namath brings him up. There is no such thing as a shotgun guy, so don't even look for it. Namath's first pass is complete. So Schnell is the target today as he brings that one in. So Namath's first pass, nice one. They're hugging that hash mark, the hash marks on the top of your screen if you're watching. So 3rd and 4, third down for the Jets here. Namath under center. Again, it's 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom, 2 in the backfield. That's your basic lineup. Almost got the Colts to jump. There's Schnell, and there's nothing there. It'll be a 4th down for the Jets, and they'll have to punt the ball to the Colts. And their first drive was looking good, but it stalls at their own 43-yard line. Able to gain 20-something yards there on their first possession. Here's the punt, low snap, out of the ground. Good thing it wasn't Volpe. A flag on the play. Good coverage by the special teams. Lanamaker. Special teams. We have a flag down. Flag on the play is offsides. So hold on. I think this is going to be it's still not going to be a first down. They're going to have to measure to see if the penalty will give it to them. It's going to probably be short. They're going to bring I guess that's a new way to do it. They're short. So the referee, what he did is he carried the ball from midfield all the way over to the sticks at the last line of scrimmage, and then took it 5 yards and put the ball at the yardstick, said it was short, and ran back to the middle of the field and placed the ball. Pretty efficient. You don't see that every day. Here's the official call. Offsides defense. So the Jets will punt again. It's 4.5 yard, but unlike today's game. So they move the ball up to their own 40, just shy of the 44. Again, another low snap. Good thing it ain't Volpe. Brown back there takes it, gets up a little bit better this time. Maybe 7-8 yards on that return. Jim Richards. And again, on the tackle, Earl Morrall, Tom Matty, Jerry Hill, Willie Richardson. Willie Richardson is your flanker. So here comes Baltimore for their first offense of drive of the game. Again, I'm at the mercy. They're going to drop back the pass. Morrall, screen pass. 30. That's Mackey. Mackey all the way out. He's all the way out, almost to midfield. Kirk Gowdy cutting him short. Hard to bring down. Wow. Hard to bring down. Whew. Morrall dropped back. And his drop back is basically straight back, like tiptoeing straight back, and then release the screen pass to Mackey. And he is a load to bring down. Good Lord. He must have bounced off of at least 4 or 5 Jet tacklers. Colts are in the I formation. Now they come out of it. Shift. Toss. Matty gets over into Jet territory right at the 45-yard line of the Jets. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 39, give him a little bit more. I'm going to have to get used to this, the way they're spotting and calling. Yes, he's right at the 44. They're going to call for the sticks. This time, they'll bring the sticks to the ball. It's a first down by a ball. First down, Colts. So back-to-back first downs. Orr's the split end. Vogel, Reschler, Curry, Sullivan, Sam Ball, and John Mackey, your tight end. They gave Baltimore a lot more time on the screen than they did the Jets. So I didn't get the Jets' offensive line, but I'm sure Johnny knows every offensive lineman and defense. Here's Jerry Hill. He busts outside and gets away from the first tackle, and he'll get up 6-7 yard gain. Verlin Biggs with the first miss. And then Hudson came in with the tackle on Hill. Put the ball at the Jets' 37-yard line. Not the clearest picture. 37-yard line. Earl Morrall, 57.4 completion percent on the year. Matty's going nowhere. That Jet defense shut down the middle there. That's probably going to be no gain. Looking at Philbin, Rochester. I'm just going to name Jets as I see their names on the back of their jerseys in defense. They haven't given us defensive starters on either side. They actually gave him a yard on that. It's 3rd and 2. Handoff. Here's Hill. He has it. Ball comes loose. He was down. Jerry Hill out of Wyoming. Wow, out of Wyoming. Jets just looking like they're playing kind of, tight. They're not, the Colts are earning their yards. I'll put it to you that way. Morrill, another handoff, and he's met in the backfield right at the handoff. That's Philbin. Just mentioned him. Elliott, number 80. Sample, Baker. Baker, number 51 of the Jets. These guys are pretty fucking big, bro. Hey, Johnny, these Jets back here, this defense is pretty fucking stout, my man. These are some big son bitches. Back. Morrill's going to pass. Incomplete. Look. Randy Beverly on the coverage that was Orr, the intended target. He was down around the 18, 19-yard line. Pass was not a good pass. Again, looking at some of these Jet guys, they're pretty big. And the Baltimore Colts, not to take anything away from them, that offensive line's pretty stout. 7:09 to go. First quarter. No score. Colts moving. Back again. Morrill, pass. Same pass. Different result. Right at the 19. Mitchell, the tight end. It was the exact same pass he just threw. Different receiver. Different result. First down Colts at the Jet 19. It's going to be, the ball's not touching the 19, so it's just almost at the 19. We'll call it the 19 and a quarter. Also, do remember, guys, the goalpost. The goalposts are at the goal line. Literally, goalpost at the goal line. Morrill, again, pass, looks left, looks right, gets away from the first guy, throws it in and out of the hands. Looking for Willie Richardson on that. Off his fingertips and out of bounds on the sideline to the bottom towards your screen. Philbin again put more pressure on Morrill. Philbin's a big dude. Philbin, Elliott, Atkinson, and Biggs were the Pro Bowlers, and Jerry Philbin was a first-team All-Pro. No shit, man. He's a beast. This is the first series I'm watching this Jet defense, and I'm like, these guys are pretty fucking good. I mean, Baltimore's moving the ball, but they're earning it. Pressure again. They hit him as he gets rid of it. Falls short. Again, looking for Mitchell. Sample was off the mark, but Morrill just had to get rid of it. He was demolished as he got rid of it. And guys, when I say when I say he's hit, quarterback's hit, he's demolished. He's demolished, not like today's game. Not like today's game. These guys got fucking hit. 3rd and 10. Ball has a move from the 19. 6:14 to left to go. First quarter. Morrill under center. Matty in the backfield. Runs past him. Morrill. He's going to be sacked. No, he's not. He does a flip. Gets around. Does a twist. Does a turn. Avoids the sack. Might have got the yard and a half. Woof. I don't know how he got loose. The ball's closer to it's touching the 19, so it wasn't a sack. They're not even keeping it. They're setting up for a field goal. Here's the kick. Kick is up. No good. Wide right. Wide right. Wow. Not the way the Colts want to open up the Super Bowl. 5.5-minute drive, nowhere. Jets. Now, ironically, where did the Jets get the ball to start this drive? Correct. Missed field goal, no matter where it's at, goes to the 20. So the Jets, 1st and 10 from their own 20. In 67, Joe, 4,007 yards. The 4,007 yards led the AFL in 1967. I think it said that was the record at the time for the AFL. Namath, under center. Boozer. Namath, back, pass. What time? Nice pass. And that's the Maynard. 2-yard pass, but man, just watching Joe Willie throw a fucking football, man. God, ooh, I got chills. George Sauer, they just mentioned him. Got him. Still waiting on him. Here comes Namath. Slow stride. Falls on the center. Quick snap back. Look at that. Look at that pass. Woof. That's the Mathis. Mathis, one of their halfbacks. Nice pass. Man, this is a pass of beauty right here. The drop back, that famous, look at that one hand drop back. Right into the numbers. They're out to the 35-yard line. Jets pick up the first down and 5 yards. 15-yard gain. Namath to Mathis. Namath under center. A little bit longer. They set back. Drop. Pump. Pass going deep. Well, just over the reach of Maynard at the 20. Logan trailing the play on defense. Just missing on a big play right there. Namath to Maynard. Maybe a step too much for Maynard to catch up to that ball. What a beautiful ball. Namath's release is phenomenal. It's such a quick release. But I think if you watch if you're watching, or if you're very, very familiar with Namath and how he would drop back, that just Joe Willie drop back when holding the ball in one hand, man. There's George Sauer with a quick slant. Lenny Lyles on a hit. Short gain. But if you look at the way he's holding the ball, it might remind you of a guy named Dan Marino. And I'm sure Dan Marino, paid attention to what Joe Willie was doing back there. It's just weird. It just kind of reminds me of it. Namath again, back to pass. Pump fake. He overthrows everybody. He overthrew Sauer. Namath hands on his helmet as he heads to the sideline, and the Jets will have to punt again. Tim Brown back for the Colts for the punt. See if this snap is better than the two previous ones to the punter. Oh, this one's much better. Gets it away. Ooh, thunderous kick. Brown hands it to 20. Trying to get to the 25. Gets to the 25. Gets to the 30, 35, 40. Almost gets to the 45. Matt Schnell on the hit. And he saved the day there of a punt return. Schnell helmetless. What a hit to end that punt return. So we remain scoreless. There you go. Johnny Yu on the sideline, out for the year with torn muscles in his elbow. That's why Morrill's back there. John Mackey drops a wide open pass, and you don't see that very often. Or you wouldn't see that very often, I should say. Johnny Unitas is available for the Colts. He is available. Should anything happen to Morrill. Morrill led the NFL with 26 touchdown passes in 68. He is no joke. Handoff. That's Hill. He'll get down at the 45. Gain of 4. John Elliott out of Texas. Atkinson. Hudson. Sample. I think I covered the Jets. T. Cullen in the house. Hey, T. Cullen. Dez, hey, what's up? Sorry, guys, in the chat. I really have to pay attention to the game right now. I'll catch up to you guys in a minute, but I do see T. Cullen's in there, our friend from down under.
Maybe the dingo ate your baby. What? The dingo ate your baby.
Morrill goes deep. Hey, Cullen, that's for you. Morrill goes deep, but that Sample breaking it up. Trying to go deep. So the Colts, a real quick 3 and out. So the exchange of punters right here. Punt, 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 punt. Barrett and Christie deep for the Jets. 2 guys back there. Here's the punt. Boomer. They're going to let it bounce. Oh, it's taking a Baltimore bounce here. And they're going to down it at the 3-yard line. Jets got their work cut out for them here. Buried deep, deep in their own territory at their own 3-yard line. Super Bowl III, first quarter, still no score. And literally under the shadows of their goalpost, literally, it's right above the 2 running backs who are 3-point stance, puts their hands on the goal line. Quick handoff to Schnell. He gets out to maybe the 7-yard line. They can expand their chest a little bit now. Shot of Weeb Eubank with his hands on Boozer's shoulder pad. Boozer on one knee, waiting for the next play to go in. That's how they did it back then. Namath under center. They are at their own 7. Snap. Another quick handoff. Schnell gets out to about the... See, I think it got out to the 12. That's going to be close to a first down. It's going to be about a half a yard short. So a big 3rd down here. No joke 3rd down here for this Jets offense here in this first quarter, which has been a battle of the punters. And a missed field goal. Definitely throw that in there. Namath under center. Long count. Here's a quick count. Namath's going to throw. Sauer was intended for Tower. They're going to say he caught it, fumbled it. Officially, they're saying it's Baltimore ball at the 11 of the Jets. First turnover of the game. It's pretty cut and dry back then, guys. I don't think I've seen a replay yet. I haven't seen the game clock. Forget the fucking play clock. I have no idea about the play clock. We'll know it when it happens, as far as I know. So no instant replay, no going to the booth, no red flags. The ball is just inside the Jets 12. Here come the Colts after a big turnover. I don't think it was a catch, to be honest with you. It was too quick. Morrill under center. First threat of the game. Morrill the hill, and he's going to be swallowed in the backfield. Minus 2 yards on that carry. This Jet defense is thunderous. And that's the end of the first quarter. So Super Bowl III, quarter 1, comes to an end. And we immediately jump to the second quarter. Give him a loss of 1 on that officially. 2nd and 9. Can't be 2nd and 9. They gave him a yard on that? There's no way he got a yard on that. They got the ball outside the 13-yard line of the Jets, so generous spot on that. Morrill under center. Toss. That's Matty. He goes one way, back the other way, and he'll run in between the numbers and get tackled at the 6 as the Jets defense swarms on him. Tom Matty. About 4-5 yards. What's up, Joel? Welcome in, man. That's nice. 24 fucking shark attacks. You could have fucking Australia, buddy. Here come the Colts. Sitting just shy of the Jets 5. Getting ready. The biggest threat of the game so far. Morrill back. Pass. Up. It's intercepted in the end zone by the Jets. That's Randy Beverly with the interception in the end zone on the tip. Right into his hands. Jets respond. Battle of turnovers now. Jets dodging a huge bullet here in Super Bowl III. Early in the second quarter. Big play by Sample there. Ball comes out to the 20. Jets will reset. Let's see what they can do. Colts failing twice now. Once on the Jet 19, and they are just shy of 5. No score. Just start the second quarter. Handoff. That's Schnell. If he got a yard, he'll be happy. If he got a yard, they should pay him. Guys, these guys getting, like, when I'm saying this running backs getting a yard, 3 yards, 4 yards, they're being hit like soon as they either get to the line of scrimmage, just past the line of scrimmage, and they are being hit until they are brought down. So basically picture these running backs in a car wreck, and it's not over till the last car stops. Namath under center. I believe that's Maynard to the top. He goes in a 3-point stance right on the 20 of the 20. Here's Schnell with a quick handoff. He'll get out to the 28, 2 yards short. 3rd and we'll call it a long 1.5. Oh, it's a little less than 2 here. Schnell the workhorse right now for Namath and the Jets. He's basically the offense right now. Schnell, 7 carries, 26 yards so far. Maynard to the bottom of the screen with us. 3-point stance again. Namath, another quick handoff. That's Schnell. He gets to the outside. He gets the first down and probably 3 or 4 more, and he is bounced out of balance. Lenny Lyles on the hit. Kurt called it a bump out of bounds. I call it a hit out of bounds when you could hear it. Oh, shit, I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, all part of the production, and I forget. There you go. There's your AI logos for the teams. Namath under center. They got the ball out at their own 33-yard line. Namath back. Handoff. Here's Schnell again to the outside. Gives in bounce. Takes a hit. Gets another 3 yards, and then he's bounced out of Lenny Lyles again. Looks like Lyles is the only guy that could get this guy down or close to out of bounds. Schnell says, hey, guy, roof, can I get some oxygen, please? He took 3 monstrous hits on 3 consecutive plays. Even Weeb Eubanks looking at him like, yo, right there? Holy shit are they hitting? Good Lord. Namath under center. Back. Play action. pass in and out of the hands, almost intercepted. That's Schnenek. Schnenek would almost intercepted. George Sauer, the intended receiver for Namath. Jets Colts, get it? Jets Colts. Hit the. How did I know that? He's on an oxygen mask that looks like it fell out of the top of an airplane thing. A fucking big bag with a fucking white hose and a big. He's sucking oxygen. I'm a genius. Namath under center. They're at the 46-yard line, their own 46-yard line. Namath back, quick, gets away. That's Matheson with the catch and the screen pass. Namath was under pressure immediately. I didn't see who it was, came unblocked. And how could I not recognize who that was? Because it happened so fast, that's why. Bubba Smith. Bubba Smith almost getting to Joe. Well, he got to Joe, but Joe got the ball out of there. Namath under center. Back. Time. Pass. He hits his target. That's Maynard. I'm sorry. That's Sauer. I thought it was Maynard. That's George Sauer. Sauer becoming a big target here. So between Schnell and Sauer, that's a pretty good move for a white guy. And guys, guess what that is? I finally got a replay. Good thing I got the replay because it turned out to be George Sauer of the Jets. What a leap and Lanny moment. A leap and Lanny moment for George Sauer on that catch from Namath. Namath with another quick pass. Sauer takes it away from Lyles after Lyles tried to get in there before the ball steal it away from him. Sorry, getting all excited here. Leap and Lanny moment in a Super Bowl III with a leap and Lanny moment. Blew my mind. It's a first down on that one. Now, Lyles is all over the field for Baltimore right now. So it's first down. They got the ball at the 24-yard line of the Colts. Here's Emerson Boozer. Second carry for him. This time he gets positive yards. Looked like he got maybe 4. It'll be a 2nd and 6. They're going to give him 3, so it's 2nd and 7. There are no graphics. It's only what Kirk Audey's telling me. And I am trying to catch what I can. Ball's at the 21. Quick snap. Joe back from his 30. Screen pass. Here's Schnell with the pass. He fumbles it again, but he got it back this time. I'm pretty sure he got it back this time. I thought he was down. We'll never know. They give it to him first and goal to goal at the 9-yard line for the Jets. Beautiful screen pass, nice toss, and Schnell's this guy is blazing fast, but my God, is he hard to tackle. 9 for 13 right now. No yards, just 9 for 13. Sorry. I can't do everything. Namath under center. Turns. Handoff. There's Schnell again. Schnell will fall inside. Close to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. He's over 50 now. Billy Ray Smith on the tackle. The tip of the football is touching the 4-yard line of the Colts. Jets are on the right hash mark to the lower portion of your screen. Now this is going all the way the other way. Schnell goes the other way. Touchdown, Jets. The workhorse, well-deserved 6 points for that guy. He is all of the offense for the Jets right now. Nice handoff right in the gut. and he completely goes from hash mark to the number and just cut in touchdown. 80 yards, 11 plays. Over 5 minutes used off the clock there on that drive. This is the wildest extra point. Jim Turner up. It's good. Straight on kicker. Straight on kicker. And the kick is from where? I almost forget where they used to do that. Jets 7. Colts nothing. Second quarter. Now, do remember that this Baltimore Colt team here did have 4 shutouts on the year. One of them being a 44-0 over the Falcons. Also, keep in mind, the Jets wound up winning their last 4 regular season games, or 5 regular season games that year, plus beating Oakland Raiders 27-23. That put them in this. Or this could have easily been Raiders and Colts. And will we still have the same story that we have today, it not being the Jets? The Jets, in my estimation, it's the way it just had to be. I think that's the way the football gods wanted it. Here comes Morrill. They got the ball at their own 28-yard line. Play action, if you can call it that. He's going deep. That ball's way out of bounds. Willie Richardson double team, Sample being one of them. Sample's all over in the secondary. He's basically in on almost all the plays defensively. He is causing havoc back there with Morrill, one way or another, whether he's back there with pressure, making a tackle at the line, or back on coverage. Sample is really the workhorse on defense, along with Philbin, because Philbin has been putting pressure on Morrill almost every snap. Here comes Morrill up to the line. Morrill wears number 15. Back, got to get rid of it quick. He does, and that's the Mackey. Mackey gets rid of Matty, slips away. He's up the field. He's going to get up to Jet 30. Give it to 42. Sorry, that was the 40-yard line. Big play here. Oh, Morrill had to get rid of it real quick. But Matty made a nice move right there. After that move, nobody touched him for 15 yards. And credit Jimmy Orr on a major block to spring Matty up the sideline. Right fast, man. Colts, boom, that fast in Jet territory at their 42-yard line. Here's a handoff. That's Hill up the middle, falls forward for 4 yards. Be a 2nd and 6. This is a great game. These guys are dirty. Field's starting to get chewed up. It's overcast. Crowd is like such a docile crowd for 73,000 or 75,000 people. They make noise when they come up to the line. Handoff. Here's Matty again. Tried to go off end. Got 2. Got 2. I'm going to tell you one thing that's killing me right now. And as far as where it is, like, in other words, 1st and 2nd, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 3. They don't have the yardsticks in the camera view. So, the regular view that we watch on TV, when we're up at the line of scrimmage, you can see the sideline, you can see the yardsticks and all that, because they have all that. They're only on one side of the field here at this stage of the game, so I have no idea. Mackey in and out of his hands. They're acting like it's a fumble, but it's incomplete. Whistle's blowing. No catch. He didn't have possession or control. Fourth and 5. Officially, here comes the field goal unit. So once again, this Jet defense stands tall on their side of the field. He'll be kicking this from the 46. It'll be a 46-yard attempt because the goalpost is at the goal line. His kick is nowhere near it. It went right down the hash mark and stayed there. Not wide right, stayed right. Second missed field goal for the Colts, so they leave 6 off the table. But we're going to give credit here to the Jets defense because, again, watching this play out, how it happened, this is how it happened. This Jet defense right now is dominating the game. Here's Boozer. He'll get up to maybe 2-3 yards. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the Colts defense either because the Jets are earning what they're getting here. It's 7-0, guys, and we're late in the second quarter of a Super Bowl game of what was supposed to be an absolute laugher. It is not a laugher. It is an amazing freaking football game developing in front of me. They blacked out the British Empire. However, it's allowed in Puerto Rico and the Bahamas. They're telling where they're satelliting it. Namath back, pump, fake. Got his man. That might have bought him the time. It did. And that's Sauer right on the sideline. That's a big gain. Again, between Matty and Sauer. Bam, there's your offense for the Jets. Big plays right there. Namath gave a pump fake, and I seen it coming. I was like, is that enough? And it was enough. Wow, man, what a catch over his shoulder. And thank goodness for Lyles, who's a stud for the Colts right now on defense. Again, he's the one who forces them out. Namath under center. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Colts that quick. 5:48 to go, first half. Here's Schnell, breaks a tackle and then lunges forward. Get another first down for the Jets. Move the sticks. They're out to the 30. See, we're going to mark this. Again, there's no yardsticks. I can see none. Now they're calling for a measurement, so they don't even know. They don't even fucking know. And they have to call for the sticks, which come from the bottom of the screen to the top of your screen if you're watching. If you're not watching, the Jets are moving from left to right now. Second quarter, 7-0, 5-something to go in the half. Ball's going to be a ball short of the first down. Johnny Namath was the Jets' only 4,000-yard passer in a season, 4,007. The next season, closest was Rodgers in 24, 3,897, and Ken O'Brien with 3,888.95. I'll take Ken O'Brien over Aaron Rodgers, but as a Jet quarterback. I said that 1967, and he led the league that year. Yes, the previous year to this Super Bowl, absolutely. Matty. Schnell gets the first down on the handoff up the gut. Needed a football. He got a whole yard and another yard. Wave Eubank with the baseball New York Jet hat. Look like a little kind of dinner-type jacket rocking there. Getting a little dressed nice. Shula rocking. Namath under center. They're at the 32 to Colts. Namath drops back. Pass towards the end zone. And that's going to go into the end zone. Maynard about 5 yards shy of that. Looked like a broken pattern there, maybe. Namath is pretty dirty. He's been hit, but we all know Namath. There's Joe Willie. Joe Willie Namath. Absolute legend. I want to kiss you. Remember that night? If you don't love TV, you don't love Joe Namath on Monday Night Football on the sideline. His night honoring him, and he's like, "I want to kiss you. You're beautiful." Namath bounces that one, trying to get it to Turner, but ball went right into the ground. Jets had the ball at the 33-yard line of the Colts. Lockport, what's up, Lockport? I keep forgetting. I don't know why I don't do this. Namath is hit. It gets away. He'll try to get a couple yards. So what is known as a sack today, there's a sack on Namath. He'll lose a yard and we'll call it a yard and a half. So the ball's at the 34.5-yard line. So they're going to set up for a 40-yard field goal here. "41-yarder. Make it a 41-yard field goal attempt. Dead center of the field is where Namath fell. That's where his spot is. Kick straight on is up. It is no good. No good. Wide left. Wide left. Your score remains 7-0. Jets on top of the Baltimore Colts, Super Bowl III from the Orange Bowl in Miami. As we look at Don Shula on the sideline, hands folded, looking on. Morrill under center. He drops back, quick pass, sideline. Nice catch. Willie Richardson pulls it in as he goes out of bounds. And I don't have to tell you who was on the tackle over there for the Jets. You got it. Sample. He is 2nd and 4. Handoff. Here comes Tom Matty. First down and more. He's busted loose, and he's on his way, folks. Who's going to run him down? Billy Barr gets to him, finally. And Matty gets up, and he wants to fight. And they're pushing and shoving. Referees in between. Sample there late, but he got there. Matty just took off the sideline, made a move right here on Hudson, missed him, and that was the last they seen of Matty. What an explosive run by 58 yards for Matty on that run. And that quick, the Colts are at the 16-yard line of the Jets. Matty sucking oxygen now on the sideline. Here comes Morrill. Three minutes left in the half. He might have got to the 15 on the handoff. Jerry Hill. Al Atkinson on the tackle. Second and 9. Clock is rolling, so we got to be under 3 minutes, closing in on the 2-minute warning. Here come the Colts. Morrill under center. Ball on the 15. 2nd and 9. Back. Looks like he's going to pass. Look into the end zone. It's intercepted at the 1. It's intercepted by guess who? And there's a... I was going to throw a flag. He put the ball right in the guy's face mask as he got up. Sample put the ball right in Richardson's face mask. Right in front of the referee. Just, you fucker. No flag, no intimidation, no fucking bullshit. Play the fucking game. Wow, I wish there was replay, man. If you're watching, you've seen that. That is fucking classic. Johnny Sample with an interception at the 2. Once again, the Jets stop the Colts deep in their territory. No points. What a defense. Defense wins championship, guys. And this first half is fucking defense. Look, the Colts defense is good, and they're playing good, but they're not at the level that these Jets are playing right now. Sample is just every fucking place. They better sample everybody to see if he's not a doppelganger out there. Namath literally under the shadow of his goalpost. That's Schnell. He'll get a little bit, maybe to the 3-yard line. If he got the 4, I'll be shocked. He got the 4. I'm shocked. I don't know how he got there. It's just like a blue pile. It's somewhere under there, Schnell. Lo and behold, he made it to the 4. Football is the length past the 4. Namath. Minute 25, so there is no 2-minute warning. Another thing to make note of. Run Schnell again. So it looks like the Jets are just going to run it out. Now our whistles are blowing. Timeout possibly here. It's a timeout. I would guess Baltimore calls the timeout. Kirk Gowdy's talking about something else. So I'm guessing Baltimore calls the timeout. There's a minute 30-something left. So make note of that, guys. No 2-minute warning in football. See how much you learn when you watch? See how much you learn about this game when you watch? Minute 12 to go in the half. So we didn't even have an Angus clip or anything. I hope they have a halftime. So lo and behold, to me, that's news to me. No 2-minute warning. So I guess we'll have to throw the Angus clips into the halftime. We'll have a brief halftime so we can get this going because this is fun as hell. Baltimore did officially call timeout. Draw the Schnell. No gain. Another quick timeout by the Colts. So the Jets will have to punt now. 1:04 left on the clock here in the first half. 7-0 Jets. Super Bowl III, 1968, live play-by-play right here on MEF. Vintage play-by-play. The golden era of the NFL. Reliving Super Bowl III, Jets Colts, 7-0, 1:08 to go. First half. Jets defense, right now the story. And Schnell and Sauer. Namath having a superb game. So he'll be kicking from the S on the Jets in the end zone. Looks like they're going to try to block this. 1 man back, 10 on the line. Here they come. He got it. I don't know how he got it away. There's a flag down. Something very, very rare in this game. I think it's either roughing a kicker or offsides. The guy who jumped off sides is probably the guy who ran into the kicker. Here's the official. We have offsetting. If you've seen the ref, if you didn't see the ref, it's offense. And then he made the kicking motion. Offsetting. Woof. So yeah, you need one of them interpreters on there. No microphones on the refs. Pure hand signals. Once again, standing on the top of the S in the end zone on Jets is the punter. 10 men again. Here they come. Gets it away again. I don't know how he got that one away. Wow, short kick to the Jet 46. Now he's trying to run around. And they'll tackle him at the Jet 42-yard line. 45 seconds left till halftime. See if the Colts could get on the board before halftime here. If I count it right, I believe they have one timeout left. I believe they have one timeout left. Morrill under center. Going back, he's going to look pass. Look at center. Screen pass. That's out to Matt. That's Hill, rather. Hill will get a yard. He'll stay in bounds. Clock winds. Now we got a timeout. I don't know who called this one. And Baltimore uses their final timeout. Guys are rocking it in the live chat. Got it in front of me now. Try to keep up with it. This game is so fucking intriguing. Timeout. Morrill over there with Shula talking everything over. Johnny U listening in, helmet in hand. No 30-second stuff. Full. I think it's a full minute they get. 10 first downs for the Jets, only 6 for the Colts so far. And for the first time, there are shadows on the field as the sun makes its appearance in Miami. The weather's changing now. Morrill under center. Handoff. Matty. It's back to Morrill. Flea flicker. It's intercepted. Hudson falls over the 20-yard line. He got to the 20 and fell over it. Third interception for Morrill. Once again, they stop the Colts again in their end of the field. Colts just can't do nothing. 0 on the Jets side of the field. Hudson just leaps right in front of the intended receiver. That was Orr, the intended receiver, and he was wide open. And Hudson comes out of nowhere with the interception, so the Jets get the ball back, and that's going to do it for the first half. Woof. A low-scoring first half, guys. 7-0 Jets on top of the Colts here in Super Bowl III from Miami. Orange Bowl. Woo, January 12th, 1969. I'm going to pause it at 1 hour, 8 minutes, even. 1:08. And Bob Hope is on there. They're going to talk to Bob Hope at halftime. I'm pretty sure they go right into the game. But right now, we're going to take a break so I can take a break and bring you the second half of Monday Evening Football, vintage play-by-play, when we walk back the clock and go check it out tonight, Super Bowl III. So, there was no 2-minute warning, which we found out. I just blanked on that, but yeah. Lockport, Indiana 17, Miami 14. Indiana is driving in the fourth in the red zone. Alrighty. That's the championship game. In the meantime, guys, it'll be a very brief, trust me, it'll be a very brief halftime. And then we'll get right back into the action and finish this game up. 7-0 Jets over the Colts, Super Bowl III.
What did you discuss back in the hotel room?
Nothing, just friends, just like Khrushchev and Kennedy and everybody. When the people, all of the politicians of all other white races come together, and they, although they believe different, they think different,
Thank you, Johnny.
whites can
Appreciate
come
it.
together and discuss the common cause. But whenever a few of us come together, the world is shook up. And I say, whatever went back there is our business.
Reverend King, do you agree?
Oh, yes, yes. We had a very good discussion on many matters. And, of course, these are not things that we would discuss here, but we do have common problems and common concerns. And above all, as Muhammad Ali has just said, we are all victims of the same system of oppression. And even though we may have different religious beliefs, this does not at all bring about a difference in terms of our concerns.
Still brothers.
Do you share the same... One more question. Do you
A season living in its last seconds ignites the spirit of the true champion. Slowly but steadily, the Cowboys began to weaken under the ever-tightening grip of the Colt defense.
I think Joe is hurt. Angie Dundee, Ali's trainer, right next to me, is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Heineken! Fuck that shit! Pabst Blue Ribbon!
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
I feel good. Have a cocktail.
No, I don't care for any.
I said have a cocktail.
I guess he wants us to have a cocktail.
Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
Boo, what's up? We're back. Hope you enjoyed halftime. Brief halftime. I'm going to get right back into this. I'm going to hit, I am at 108, like I said, flat. And I am 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. I don't know what the halftime is, so I'm just going to let it play. Yeah, the punter bar. No shoe kickers. Well, they're interviewing Bob Hope. Bob Hope has nothing to do because he's not in Vietnam. He is actually plugging his Pro-Am, Pebble Beach, the Bob Hope Desert Classic. All right, here we go. We're going right into the second half. Okay, no waiting. Preston Pearson back for the Colts. Jets will be kicking to the Colts. Early Johnson kicking off for the Jets. Kicking off from the 40, guys. Kicking off from the 40, guys. Still a little overcast. The sun has disappeared. The lights are on there in the Orange Bowl. Ball sitting at the 40, waiting to be kicked off. Yes, kickoff from the 40. Crown takes it out to the 15, gets to the 20, crosses that, out to the 24, and he reaches the 25. Spolinski. All right, let's see if I can do this. Rushing yards, 70 for the Jets, 92 for the Colts. Passing yards, 109 for the Jets, 71 for the Colts. Total yards, 179 for the Jets, 163 for the Colts. Namath is 10 for 16, and Morrill's 5 for 15. Whew. Hard to read. Morrill under center. Here come the Colts, second half. Hand off to Matty. Fumbles. Jets get the ball. They open the second half with a turnover. Bigby hit him. Ralph Baker with the recovery for the Jets to open up the second half. First offensive play, fumble city. Colts turn it over for a fourth time. Jets with the ball at the 34 of the Colts. Namath was taking a break. He's like, what the fuck, guys? Namath back. Handoff delayed. Boozer, 30. Gets out to the 25. So Boozer with a few yards. Giving Schnell a little breather. And that'll be Bubba Smith on the tackle. So much for getting the ball in the second half here. Jets defense, stellar performance. Namath under center. Hard count. Handoff. That's Schnell, dead ahead. He'll go 4. Bubba Smith bringing him down. Move the sticks. First down. Jets piling the first downs up too as well. Jets come out 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom, 2 in the backfield here. Namath under center. Everybody's in a 3-point stance. Handoff. That's Boozer. Misdirection the other way, and he'll get up to maybe the 19. Should be a 2nd and 7. Again, the yard markers are on the other side. And in the bullpen, black high tops, number 19. Johnny U warming up on the sideline. Could we be seeing a little Johnny U? Would that be a bonus to this play-by-play vintage game from 1968? Just happens to be Super Bowl III, AFL versus NFL. Namath. Beautiful pass to Schnell. Bounces off one tackle. Another guy comes over and helps out. All said and done, they're at the 14-yard line. Be a 3rd and 2. Be 3rd and 2 there. 7-0. Just getting the third quarter going here, and the Colts turned the ball over the first time they had it. First play, fumble. Matty fumbles, puts it on the ground. Jets sitting on a 7-0 lead. Handoff. Guess who? That's Schnell. Another first down as he gets to the 11-yard line. Jets keep moving the sticks. Clock is rolling. Here come the Jets again. The only thing you could say about the Jets so far that they haven't done right is the guy missed a field goal. And that was from, what did we say? It was like 41? Not an easy straight-on kick, but that's the only blemish so far. Handoff. Boozer gets to the outside. He's going to get rammed back. Oh, he's going to make a big loss here. Loss all the way back to the 25. Boozer throws the ball on the ground, waves to the sidelines, says, fuck that. Fuck was that? What kind of play call was that? You give that guy the ball, you guys block. Where are they marking this at? He went out at the 25, but they officially mark it progress at the 16. So that's a loss of 5. Second and 16. Long 15. Namath back. He's got time. Pressure coming. He's going to get sacked. Bubba Smith came out of nowhere and just ate Joe Namath for lunch. Namath down. Now they're back at the 25. Precursor on the last one, I thought they were at the 25. Next play, they wind up at the 25. Another big loss. 3rd in eternity here. Winston Hill getting into it a little bit down there with the Colts after that play. Referees say, chill, chill, chill. Ball just outside the 25. Namath under. Quick snap back. Time this time. Almost intercepted. Logan had pick 6 on his mind right there. And he just stepped right in front of Namath's intended pass. So that'll bring Turner on for another field goal attempt here. See where they set it up from. Turner wearing the black high tops. A lot of guys supporting the black high tops. Jim Turner set a record with 145 points in 1968. Turner, he is on the right hash mark on an angle. Kick is up. This one is good. The Jets 3 more now. It's 10-0. Yeah, Tim Brown and Preston Pearson back for the Colts. 10-0 Jets after the Turner field goal. Again, kickoff from the 40, straight on kicker. It'll go to Tim Brown. He's out to the 20, 25, and done at the 26-yard line as the special teams for the Jets is playing superbly as well as their defense. So let's see if the Jets defense cause another turnover, as the Colts have been plagued with turnovers. Morrill's still in there. Johnny Yu still throwing on the sideline. They're at their 26, 1st and 10. Second possession, second half. Morrill back. Gets rid of it. Looking upfield. Misses Mackey. Hudson there on the coverage. Morrill had a little bit more time than he's used to. I think that's why he misfired. Maybe he was anticipating pressure on that. It wasn't there, just misfire. Shot right past Mackey. Hudson tight on the coverage though. The one guy that was wide open for the Colts resulted in an interception to end the first half. Johnny Basement, good night, guys. Tell Victor I left thank you in the chat, but I think he missed it. You all know I can't stay up late because of health issues and chronic fatigue. That's why I never stay up. Never live late night. Johnny, all for you, buddy. You already know the outcome, so it's not like you're going to miss anything, but from the bottom of my heart, I love you, brother. I love you, Johnny. Absolutely, Johnny. Thank you. Blessed to know you, my friend. Blessed to know you. 3rd and 11. Again, Baltimore going backwards. Baltimore's never gotten on track. And if they did, Jets derailed it immediately. Morrill back. He's going to get pressure from the outside, running away. He's going to get smashed. Hudson just lays his shoulder pads right in the numbers of Earl Morrill. Down he goes. I think he just got past the line of scrimmage, so it wouldn't be called a sack, and they weren't even talking sacks then. And Johnny Yu still warming up on that sideline. All right, Johnny, got you, brother. Love you, my man. Love you, love you, love you. Here's the punt. Big, high, long punt taken at the 32, and he's going to be buried at the 31. Big, long punt. One of the highlights for the Colts, their punter. 10-0. 10-0 Jets over the Colts. Super Bowl III. All on the line. Last game of the year for 1967 season. Namath, screen pass out to Mathis. He'll skip out to the 34 with a man attached to his ankle. A lot of shit talking on the sideline as he went out of bounds on the Colts side, and a lot of guys standing on the sideline for the Colts had a lot to say to him after he got up. It's been an ugly game. There's been pushing, shoving, a little bit of everything. Namath back, time, pass, Denner to field. That's Sauer again. I don't even think I called Maynard's name more than twice tonight. However, George Sauer with another big pass, another first down for the Jets. And they get right on the Super Bowl trophy at midfield. come the Jets. They got the ball at their own 47. Namath under center. It's going to drop back. Quick pump fake to the Maynard. Incomplete. Logan saying, hey, Maynard got shoved me. Where's the flag? And one thing we have not seen are a lot of flags. I think we got, what, 2 penalties so far in this game? If that. Very clean game as far as penalties. I think we had an offsides running into the punter. That was offsetting. I can't even remember. I think we had an illegal motion or something. 2nd and 10. Namath under center. Namath, handoff. That's Boozer. He'll get away. He'll get up to the 50, and he'll fall on the other side, and he'll be on the Colts side on the 49-yard line of the Colts. So Boozer with a few yards. Bring up a third. 3rd and 7. Oh, wow, look at that. That's Charger. Look at that. 1968 Charger fire engine red with a black vinyl roof. Wow. Most valuable player gets that. Namath under center. Ball on the Colts side of the 50. Right on the trophy. Namath back. Pass. Got his man. And that's who? Lamons, number 87. Lamons, what a dart. And up to that point, he was the cleanest guy in the field. Not anymore. These guys are filthy dirty. They got most of the field on them. Jets showing more because they're all in white. Namath under center. 14 out of 22 for Namath so far. Back. Another quick pass. A screen pass hit it out of the hands of Maynard. And he is taken down hard. So the same guy John would have before just throws him to the ground in front of the referee, which today would have been like fucking ejection city probably. Number 40, Logan. Hotter than a fucking pistol right now for the Colts. Letting Maynard know it. Whatever happened on that play before between the two of them, Logan is one up. Namath walks up. They are at the 38-yard line of the Colts. Back. Pump fake. Another one over the middle. And that's Schnell. First down, Jets. Keep the ball moving. Looks like a 23-yard line. Namath just throwing darts. Schnell is so dirty you can barely see his number. Namath is it's more than, oh man, he caught that past his helmet. Nice catch there by Schnell. Hard to the ground. Namath is not like a pump, your normal pump fake. He kind of does like a shoulder lift throw fake thing. Ball to 24 to Colts. Here's a handoff. And that's Mathis. That's Billy Ray Smith on the tackle. Second and 9. Give him one on the carry there. Very hard 1 yard. We've moving his running backs all of a sudden in and out of this game. I think we're back to Schnell and Boozer now. Schnell is back in. Everybody's shifting. Snap. Namath back. Another back. Going to the end zone. Maynard makes the catch, but way out of bounds. What a catch. Logan, number 20. So Logan's not number 40. So whoever number 40 was, he was pissed at Maynard on that play. Not Logan. I blamed him, but I guess I shouldn't have. Namath looks a little shaken up on that play. He's off on the sideline right now. He's shaking his right hand. 16 completions, ties Lenny Dawson for the Super Bowl record so far set by Joe Willie. Joe Willie out of the game right now. Babe Parilli in on that play to get the fourth down. He just came back, fired a ball, incomplete. All eyes on Namath on the Jets sideline right now. Whatever happened to his passing hand. Now Weeb's over there following him around. Joe is just a walking. I guess he's trying to walk off a finger injury. Here's Turner again for another field goal. Where's this one from? Kick is up. It's good. Turner with another one. Jets up 13-0 now. Jets are up 13-0 over the heavily favored Colts.
Oh, the humanity.
Another kickoff. Tim Brown, Preston Pearson, back for the Colts. All the way back deep. It hits off the goalpost. So he doinks it on the kickoff. So that's 60 yards in the air. And here comes Johnny U in the crowd. Lets you know. Black high top number 19, Johnny U in a Super Bowl. Coming in relief for Allmore. Oh, this is going to be awesome to call fucking Johnny U. Johnny U under center. Hard count, hands off. That's Matty. Matty with a lead block. Push his way to the 25. Baker with the tackle. Hudson with the finishing touches. So the word off the bench is a slight sprain for Namath. Possibly hit a helmet. Unitas under center. Goes back. Play action. And it's out to Matty. And Matty's going to be wrapped up by this Jet defense right on top of it. Catch ground. I don't think he gained a yard. No gain. 3rd and 5. Here come the Colts and Johnny U. Johnny U brings him up. He's under center. 3rd and 5. Johnny U, only as he can, gets the pass out. Jimmy Orr can't hold on to it on the sideline. It wasn't his Hall of Fame pass, but nonetheless, Johnny U misconnecting with Orr on the sideline. 3 and out for the Colts, and that's been the story for the Colts offense. They have just not got on track the entire game. As soon as they seem to get something going, the Jets just put an end to it immediately. And just look at the scoreboard. Late 3rd quarter, 13-0. Fair catch at the 30, call it the 37-yard line. The Jets will get the ball there. Jets 13, Baltimore nothing. Late 3rd quarter. Namath under center. Namath is back in the game. Hands off. Got to be Schnell. Straight ahead. He'll go to the 40, gain of 3. 2nd and 7. One thing the Jets are doing definitely is controlling the clock, controlling the field, controlling field position. Jet defense. Wow, this is one hell of a fucking defense that the Jets got here this year. Colts are no joke, but Namath back. Looks like he's going to pass. Test that hand. Sauer incomplete. Almost held on to it. How about a step and a half on Lyle? A little misfire. Not sure if the injury showed any effect on that pass being good. It was right there, but would have been a nice catch. Almost was. 145 and running, third quarter. 3rd and 7 from their own 40. Sauer with the catch. It's going to be a first down right at midfield. Ball came out. Baltimore picks it up, but refs are saying down, 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 down. Once again, Jets, first down, and they move into Baltimore territory once again by the length of the football. Namath under center, takes a snap. Another quick snap. Back to his own 40. Releases. Look at this. To Sauer, and he gets it at the 10-yard line of Baltimore. Both guys laying on it. Sauer got it. He just turned at the last second. Lenny Lyles in his back pocket. There's nothing wrong with Namath's hand. And if it is, fucking hit it with a hammer. Because if he's going to throw like this, let's really hurt him. What a catch by Sauer over the shoulder again. Namath threw that from his own 40. Sauer caught it in the air at the 15-yard line. 147 yards for Sauer on 9 catches. Namath put that ball flat-footed from his own 40 to the 15. Here goes Schnell going off tackle. He'll fall forward for about 3, maybe 4. Boom, and there we go. We're heading to the fourth quarter. The third quarter comes to an end. At the end of the third quarter, Jets pitching a shutout against the Colts in Super Bowl III, 13-0, and knocking on the door for more. Baltimore did not get past the 50 in that quarter. I'll say that again. The Baltimore Colts did not get past the 50 in that third quarter. No first downs for the Colts in that third quarter. That's a shutout. They're at the 6-yard line. Namath under center. It's going to be offsides, Baltimore. Curtis offsides. Gave it to Schnell. He got up to the 3. So basically, he just declined the penalty. It's only going to be a half the distance. Take it at the 3. You're at the 6. They take the penalty because it was a little bit closer to the 2 than the run. So smart move by Joe asking the referee to mark it off. They're at the 3-yard line. I'm sorry. The ball's inside the 3. More the width of the ball over the 3 towards the 2. Namath under center. Here comes Schnell towards the bottom of the screen, and he'll be eaten up. Lou Michaels on the tackle on Schnell, stops him on the outside. No gain. Actually, he'll lose the width of the ball back the other side of the 3, the width of the ball. 3rd and 3. 3rd and goal. Namath. Handoff. Mathis with the handoff, and he'll be stopped. 2-yard line. 4th down. From the 2. He's going to kick this from his 9? Wait a minute. This is a 9-yard field goal from the right hash mark on an angle that's insane. Oh, man. Shot line drive right through. 3rd field goal, 9th point of the Super Bowl. 10th point of the game. All right, 10? I don't know how many he's got. He's got 3 field goals and an extra point. He's got 10 of the 16 points. 10 of the 16 points belong off the foot of Turner. So that's how they open the 4th quarter. Preston Pearson finally gets his hands on the ball. He fumbles it in the end zone, halfway in the end zone. Finally comes out. Look at Preston Pearson come out. Absolute disaster. Irwin Allen special. Kickoff went midway into the end zone. He fumbled it, picked it up, ran, went to fuck it, took off, and they didn't bring him down until the 27. So that's like a 32, 33-yard return when it could have been super disastrous for the Colts, especially the way their offense has been playing. No first downs in the 3rd quarter. Unitas finally connects, and that's Mackey. And like I said in the beginning, when we remember, I was talking about Mackey, that big, agile tight end. He's 230, listed 230. Johnny U with a handoff to Matty. He'll get about 6 yards. Little burst of offense here since Johnny U came in, regardless of the 3 and out. Second series going more successful. Complete pass and a successful run. That's their first down of the second half right there. They're at their own 38. Johnny U back. Quick release. Sideline. That's Willie Richardson. And there's a fight on the sideline as number 84 comes in and shoves his helmet into Sample's face. 2 officials right there. No flags. And he is talking serious shit. Sample and Mitchell going at it. Sample number 24. Wow. What a game by Sample and the entire Jet defense. 11:57 left. Handoff. Matty gets away. This time he's got a nice run. Shades in the first quarter. That's another 15, 20-yard run. All the way down to the 27 of the Jets. $37, not the 27, Kurt. 37-yard line. 2 big, massive bursts by Matt. Another handoff. Matty shoulder shrugs the tackler off him. Colts are playing with an attitude right now, led by Johnny Unitas. Philbin jumped offside, but they're going to decline that on that big gain. Another first down for the offside defense. Decline. Ball at the 26 of the Jets. Johnny U moving the Colts and moving them quick. Would have been a different ball game if they started Johnny U, even though he's hurt. Johnny U, quick snap, back, pass, just misfires. Looking for Richardson. Hudson and Sample over there on Richardson. Johnny U, 3 out of 5. Since replacing Morrill. 2nd and 10 for the 26 of the Jets. 11:14 to go in the game. And Johnny U back, set, fire towards the end zone. Intercepted. And that's Beverly with the interception. So, hate to sound like a broken record, but it keeps happening. Every time the Colts do get past the 50, the Jets wind up with the ball. Or the Colts are sending one wide right. That's it. That's all they've done since they passed the 50. As soon as they get moving, Jets defense rises again. Randy Beverly, number 42 for the Jets. And Matty and Sample went at it. They didn't have the camera on it, as Curtis talking about. They went at it heavily, apparently. Ball comes out to the 20. Shutout remains. 13-0 Jets at their own 20. Could this be the greatest upset in sports history? As Kirk Gowdy just uttered. He gets out to the 22, 2-yard gain. That was Boozer with the carry. Schnell, an absolute workhorse. Here's a handoff to Schnell. It'll be 3rd and 7 from the 23. Under 10 minutes to go. For the first time, they put... No, it's gone. They put the game clock up top there. Under 9:50 to go. 3rd and 7. Jets an absolute masterpiece of ball control, field position, everything. Jets checked every box coming in here. What a game plan by Weeb Eubank. First down, Jets. That's Boozer. Boozer with the carry. Roy Hilton on the tackle. And, of course, Sauer was involved with the block that led the way for Boozer on that pitch out. All Jets, all second half. All Jets, all first half. 16-0 as we sit. 16-0 Jets. Handoff. Here's Schnell, and he gets loose on the side, and he still ain't out. Now they finally get him out. He gets out to the 40. I think Roy Hilton might be flagged here. It's against Baltimore, and it's a big one. It's a personal foul, 15 yards. Yeah, we have no idea who. Not sure. It's just a personal foul against the Colts. Jets are at the 44.5 of Baltimore. It's not even the Vince Lombardi Trophy yet, guys. Remember that also. Handoff. Schnell, again, up the middle like nobody was there. What a game by the New York Jets here in Super Bowl III back in 1968. Namath against Morrill. Namath against Unitas. Schnell, Matty, Richardson, Mackey, Sauer, Sample, Philman, Bubba Smith, Hilton, Lyles, Namath under center. Handoff. There's Boozer up the middle. He'll get to the 35. Short gain. Shot a Shula with his hands on his hips. Jets taking their time up to the snap. That's Mathis. He'll be stood up at the 35, no gain. The only thing there, clock continues to run on the Baltimore Colts here in Super Bowl III. Shot of Morrill and Unitas on the sideline. They're going to set up for a field goal here on fourth down, 43, 42. Right in between the 42 and 43. Turner, 3 for 3 and an extra point. Kick is up. Oh, just misses wide. That's not wide left. Misses left by, not by much. That close.
Missed it by that much.
Yeah, not Johnny U. Quick snap, back, pass, hits his man. That's Jimmy Orr. I'm going to guess that there was something happened here. Jimmy Orr just caught a pass from Johnny U, and he is down at the 4. And then the Jet came in out of nowhere. Now the ball's at the 2-yard line. So I'm guessing something skipped ahead in between that punt. In between the missed field goal and this play. Here's, believe that was Matty. So here come the flags again. 2 flags before the fourth quarter. Now 2 flags in the fourth quarter on back-to-back plays. Yeah, so obviously there's something happened there. They're down to 4 minutes to go in the game. Colts had the ball at the Jets 2. They're discussing the penalty. Looks like an offsides. Johnny U talking it over with the ref. What a sight. Look at the size of that man. Look at the size of Johnny U. Wow. That's where it starts when you start talking quarterbacks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. When you start talking quarterback, the first words out of your mouth, Johnny U, and then you go from there. The ball is inside the 1 of the Jets, stacked at the goal line. Johnny U takes it himself, tries to get in. I don't know if he got in. Johnny U trying to get in there. They're going to mark him a ball. Oh, man, they're going to mark. According to this guy's foot, I'm going to say inches. They drop it. If you put a ball in front of where they just spotted it, it's touching the goal line. That's how close it is. 3:45 and ticking. Johnny U brings him back up to the line again. Stacked at the goal line. This time he hands off. Tom Mattey's not going to get in. And Hudson stopped Mattey at the goal line. Here they come again. Clock is just running. Ball is just a little bit, 6 inches. 3rd and goal. Johnny U. Another handoff. They go off tackle this time. Touchdown, Colts. They finally hand off to Hill and try him off tackle, and Hill gets in the end zone for the Colts. 16-6 as we sit, waiting on the extra point. The extra point is from the center of the field from the 10. 10-yard extra point. Straight on. It's up. And then thunderously, it's good. Colts, 7. Jets, 16. Time running out on the Colts. So we'll probably get to see a onside kick here by the Colts. The closing moments, both teams with full timeouts. I'm guessing. I don't think nobody took a timeout yet. 3:19 left in the game. 3:19 left in the game. Hope you've been enjoying this play-by-play of Super Bowl III, January 12th, 1968. So we're talking onside. It'll have to go 10 yards. Normal rules for onside. Nobody has to say, we're declaring. Old school. Remember to kick it from the 40. Here they try it. Look out, and they got it. Baltimore gets the ball on the onside kick. They're not dead yet. You don't get to see that every day. Super Bowl onside kick successful. Ring a bell? And they are dragging one of their players who's injured. One of their players is injured. He's so fucking hurt. He's on his knees, and there's like 7 guys dragging him to the sideline. Like, we'll call a timeout and get him off the field. The guy was like, Knight is under center, back, pass, sideline. Richardson with the catch, and Sample nails him. And there is some serious jawing going on. Colts are embarrassed probably. 3 minutes left. Ball. Jets 38-yard line. Score 16-7. Colts just got on the board with a Hill touchdown run. Johnny U back under center. Barking it. Snap. Quick pass. Hits his man. Jimmy Orr with a catch. And that'll be at the 24 of the Jets. Baltimore trying to get to the line in a hurry. Johnny U up, back, snap. Again to the sideline. Unitas warming up, and Richardson warming. Another pass on the sideline, out of bounds. Like the genius he is, just working the sideline. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Ball, 19-yard line to the Jets. Jets defense showing just a little bit of wear. Everybody on the Jets defense has their hands on their hips. Johnny U back up to the line of scrimmage. Snap, back. He's going to pass. He's looking end zone. Incomplete. Johnny Sample. Richardson, the intended receiver. Johnny Sample, wow. Working on MVP, defense side. Clean defensive play right over the top of the receiver to sneak that left hand in there and knock it away. Ball still sitting at the 19-yard line of the Jets. Everybody sucking wind, hands on their hips. Baltimore in the huddle for a long time. Here they come. Johnny U under center. 3rd and 5. Knight is back. Pump fake, quick, over the middle. Nobody's there. He threw it in between 2 Jet defenders. Nobody had a shot at it. It was to the ground. Unitas got dirty on that one. Film it on him. Forcing Unitas to throw it out way before he wanted to. Receiver was way past where the ball wound up. Weave Eubank on the sideline. Don Shula on the sideline. 16-7. 4th and 5 for the Colts. Could this be it for the Colts? Johnny U. He's going back to pass. He's looking. Got time. Pass is incomplete. And I'm going to have to guess Johnny U and that receiver were not on the same page because the ball was nowhere near where the receiver was. Overshot both defenders of the Jets. Hand the ball over to the Jets. They stand tall once again on defense. Once again on defense. Only one time were the Colts able to penetrate the Jets' deep side of the field and wind up in the end zone. All game long. As soon as they crossed that 50, the Jets shut it down. And what do? They shut it down with 2:21 left. (16-7), 2:21 left, 4th quarter, Super Bowl number 3. Jets throwing a shutout up until 3 minutes left in the game before they gave up that touchdown. Namath Schnell, he'll fall on the other side of the 20, gain of 1. Colts will burn a timeout. Colts will burn their timeout. Both were cut by Steelers. Wow, I didn't know that. What's up, Pixelmon? What's up, brother? What's up, Pixelmon? You're in late. End of the game. Little over 2 minutes left here in Super Bowl 3. Colts use one of their 3. 2 timeouts left. Remember, no 2-minute warning. No 2-minute warning. Don Shula talking it over with his defense. Very early in his career, man. He's only a couple seasons away from winding up in Miami and leading them to a perfect season. Still never duplicated in Super Bowl era. Namath under center. Here's a handoff. Schnell, the workhorse. He gets loose a little bit. He'll get out to the 26. Another timeout. Number 2 of the Colts. They have 1 left. Then Bo Jackson. A head coach of more rushing yards than Bo Jackson. What? I look at Weeb Eubank looking a little bit more relaxed with his black and white shoes. Those are some funky shoes he's got on there. Weeb looking a little dapper. Namath under center. Ball's at the 26, 3rd and 4 for the Jets. Handoff. Schnell gets off tackle. Does he get the first down? Did he get the first down? If he got the first down, that'll probably seal it. First down. First down, Jets, and that should do it. Baltimore uses the last timeout. 2-minute warning. I thought we didn't have a 2-minute warning. There's only a 2-minute warning at the end of the game. Wow, well, I'm learning too. I forgot all about that stuff. Yes. 2-minute warning only at the end of the game. They caught me off guard. So Joe Namath, who said poolside, I guarantee we win. He's looking like Nostradamus of football right now. Ball is just on the other side of their own 30. Baltimore, no timeouts left. 2 minutes left, apparently. So no kneel. They'll have to run plays. Handoff. That's Schnell. No. He'll get 3 yards there. I thought they already called time. Yeah, there ain't no time. There's no timeouts left. Kurt, there's no timeouts left. Somebody tell Kirk. I'm ahead of Kirk Gowdy, and he's there. And I'm stoned. Here comes Namath. Clock is running. How much time's left? No idea. Namath under center. Taking every second he can. Whistles blow. So they'll 1 minute and 8 seconds to go, and there's a delay of game. 5-yard penalty. So yeah, I will. 2nd and 13, handoff. That's Schnell. I'm trying to hear if they give any numbers, totals on these guys. It's not like they run stats or anything. Schnell, obviously, over 130-something yards. Sauer with a big, huge day. 38 seconds, 37, 36, 35, 34. $15,000 apiece for the Jets. So he's going to take another delay of game, back it up another 5. 22 seconds left. $15,000 per player for the Jets because they're on the winning side. $7,500 per player on the Colts side. That's their check for winning the Super Bowl in 1968. The biggest Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls. The history-changing Super Bowl. $15,000 for the winning team, $7,500 for the losing team. Namath under center, back, hands off. Schnell coming at us down at the bottom. He's going to go out. He gets outside. Ball's down. We got 15 seconds left. Baltimore, where'd they get all these timeouts from? So apparently they had a timeout somewhere, and they take a timeout with 15 seconds left. Now, the ironic thing is Don Shula used to play for Weeb. Hill, Calamini, Schmidt, Rasmussen, and Dave Herman, the offensive line. And yes, the Jets have pulled off the biggest upset in sports history. In 1968, Joe Namath guaranteeing victory over the Colts, and the Jets go out and destroy the Colts 16-7 in Super Bowl III. Here's the punt. Clock running, under 10. Tim Brown gets it, runs out of bounds at the 34 with 8 seconds left. 8 seconds left. The Jets have pulled it off. Joe Willie will be named MVP. Snell, well over 140 yards. I think he had 147 or 156. I'm not sure. They haven't said. George Sauer with a big game, well over 100. I think Maynard had 1 or 2 catches. Other than that, a little workhorse was Hill, Boozer, Mackey, Richardson, tons of names. Sample, absolute beast of a game defensively for the Jets. Sideline, Johnny Yu misses that one. 4 seconds left. Amazing game. I had so much fun calling this. This was an absolute blast. Totally dedicated to our mentor and leader of the Basement crew, Johnny Basement. Boom, boom, all for you, brother. I don't think there's any game in Jet history that would ever top this one, Johnny, and that's why I picked this one. The closest one was the 17-16 Jets over the Colts in 2010. That was the other game, but I was like, no way, I'm going Super Bowl. Johnny Yu throwing it down. Richardson catches it, and he didn't even get on the other side of the 50 with the long pass. They stay on their own side, and it ends at the 50-yard line with Johnny Yu hitting Richardson and nobody else but Johnny Sample with the final tackle. How good was this defense? Webank and Shula meeting at midfield. Every bookie is going, wahoo! Every bookie in America going, woohoo! And that's how the feed ends. So that's how the feed ends. That's how the game ends. That's Super Bowl III, guys. All dedicated to Johnny Basement here on MEF, Vintage Play-by-Play. Again, like I said, you can go all through the Jets' history, and I'm sure any Jet fan will point to that as the absolute franchise high moment in their entire history. I'm thinking, I don't remember the actual spread, but I want to say I think the spread was close to 2 touchdowns. Could have been somewhere between 13, 14, something like that. I don't remember. I think the over-under was like a 41, 42 and a half. I don't remember the odds. But all I know is a lot of people who bet the Jets made a lot of money. All those East Coasters. But anyway, there you go. I hope I brought 1968 back to life for you. I hope you really enjoyed that. If you were watching along with me and you got to watch how the game was and how it was played, and you've seen how much wouldn't even be thought of tolerated today. Sideline annex. We saw number 84, I forget his name, just take his helmet. He's not even he's on the sideline. He's not even involved. And he just walks over and shoves his helmet right into the guy's face. 2 refs. No flag. The interception early in the game from Sample, he got up and he put it right in Richardson's face mask. What do they call that? Taunting. Richardson took it, man. You know, but you could see how different the game was. Incredible venue, the Orange Bowl. So many historic games played in that venue. let alone the Dolphins. Just think of every Orange Bowl and college championship that played in that state. That stadium was very, very famous, the Orange Bowl. And thank you, T. Colin. Thank you, Colin. Appreciate it. Colin, did you hear your? We got a thing for you now, Colin. For you, Anthony, and for anybody from down under, you got your own greeting now when you come in.
Maybe the dingo ate your baby. What? The dingo ate your baby.
There you go, T. Colin. You got your own. Later, Colin. Oh, you're leaving? All right, Colin. One more time for Colin.
Maybe the dingo ate your baby. What? The dingo ate your baby.
I am not an animal. I am a human being.
All right. Having a little fun. There you go, Colin. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank everybody for tuning in, man. The eye was packed. I hope I got a couple of new subs out of this because I think this was a very good stream. I really enjoyed it. It was really cool calling those names, and a lot of times I'm kind of stuttering because I'm like, yeah, you call that name because I'm so used to calling current names, but to throw back that far, and again, who's who of Hall of Famers, great players. There's coaches that turned out of there. I mean, there's so much on there, man. And again, when you talk about Super Bowls and all-time great Super Bowls, Super Bowl III is definitely there amongst them all. Aside probably, unless your favorite teams won Super Bowls, I'm sure you put them all in front of that one. But remember, the Super Bowl might not be what it is today had the Jets lost that game. Always keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind, I should say. Oh, no, keep that in mind. God damn it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see anybody's reaction. Did everybody dig that sports moment with the ping pong guys? the ping pong thing. That was pretty freaking cool. But anyway, yeah. Again, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I put a lot into it, especially the opening. So if you joined late, please do me a favor, go back and watch the opening. Again, put a lot into it. Johnny was first in the house, just amazing. Thank you, Johnny. Again, all for you, man. I hope I was able to, I don't know. I just hope I bought that game to you as best, I bought it to you the best I could. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, it was an absolute pleasure. I was a little nervous at the beginning, but yeah. Thank you, Victor. It was fun. Good night, Colin, Texas, Lockport, and Vic. Take care. Yeah. All right, Angus. Thank you for hanging in there. And I'm sorry today things got really crazy, but I'll be in touch with you. Trust me, I'll be in touch with you, bro. Thank you again for your support. Texas A&M. Yes, you should call ping pong. How the hell could I call that? Back, forth, back. You see my man just walk up to the table and finish that fucker off. That clip is 1 minute and 12 seconds of that guy just sitting back, and that other guy is on every shot. And then my man just walks in and just takes over the dance floor. Fucking insanity, man. That was pure fucking genius. Anyway, we're going to get out of here so everybody can get going. And I know it's late on the East Coast, getting late on the mid, and not too bad out here. But yeah, Angus, I got you covered, man. I got you covered. I already talked to Jap PDBT, and I just got to fuss with a couple things, make sure the sound is right. That's the most important thing. So I just got to cover the soundboard one more time, and then we're good to go. Other than that, guys, we're getting out of here. Lockport, thank you for hanging in there. Texas, thank you always. Yankee Kyle, T. Cullen, Dez was in here. John the Beagle Dad. I seen Pixelmon in here. Joel was in here. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. Those are the ones I saw off the top of my eye. Like I said, I was really concentrating on bringing you the game the best way I possibly could. In case you couldn't watch it with us, at least I could bring it to you the radio style. All right, so with all that being said, guys, I'd love you, appreciate you. Hit the like, hit the follow, hit the sub. We'll be back next Monday with another vintage play-by-play game. More on that. We got Sports Chat Live. Sports Chat Live, Let's Chat Sports. That is very possibly we're going to release that tomorrow. I have to get a hold of Angus and make sure things are good. And if so, either way, if it's not tomorrow, it will be Wednesday. And I will be joined by a third floor, none other than our very own 2-minute warning guy, Angus. Yes, I'll be bringing Angus on live with me, and we're going to talk sports and whatever, and then we'll go from there. And again, thank you, Texas. Thank you, man. It means a lot, man, hearing that. It really does. I don't think so. Johnny don't like doing that stuff for some reason. I don't know. But it's going to be me. I'll be coming on. We'll do the Sports Chat Live. You know we always have fun with that. And you never know where the conversation will go. But now what will happen is I'll be bringing Angus on to join. And let's just see how crazy the chat can get with two knuckleheads on screen talking sports. Let's talk sports live. So, guys, with all that being said, thank you, Texas. Great call. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more all the way up into the Super Bowl. Until then, please remember, be kind for no reason. Love your fellow man. Look out for your fellow man. And remember now, more than ever, and we learned our lesson in 2025, that mental health is a real issue. So if you or somebody you know is having an issue and needs someone to talk to, please get some phone numbers, get them somebody to talk to. And remember who you're talking to, because you don't know what kind of day they had, and they definitely don't know what kind of day you had. So that's why I always say, be kind for no reason. Love, and look out for your fellow man. With all that being said, guys, until next time, Angus, hang in there. You're going to be live next time we're live. And we'll be back. Keep an eye on the post. Hit the like, hit the follow, hit the sub so you don't miss anything here on the third floor. Smash the like, smash the sub. Peace out. Hey, guys, enjoy the out.
We don't have anything to be ashamed of. Somebody told a lie one day. They couched it in language. They made everything black, ugly, and evil. Look in your dictionary and see the synonyms of the word black. There's always something degrading and low and sinister. Look at the word white. It's always something pure, high, and clean. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful.
He's looking at you, kid.